Ready for more. Okay, I need one more. Are you guys ready for more? That's better. I'm going to give away a few t-shirts real quick. Then we are moving on to our presentation. I'll let you know about that. Who wants a t-shirt? All right, who wants another t-shirt? Sorry, I don't have a very good arm, I guess. And who wants the last t-shirt? I'm going over here. There you go. Okay, it is time right now for the Piranha Games presentation. You're going to hear a little bit about MechWarrior Online and MechWarrior 5 Mercenaries directly from the man himself, Russ Bullock, president of Piranha Games. Let's hear it right now for Russ.
Hey everybody, is everyone having a good time? Who's been to all of the MechCons? All right, some of you, getting more. The show's getting bigger and bigger every year. Actually, we like to say that the first one was the Steam launch party at our studio. Some of you guys, the VIPs, they did a tour at our studio. It's a nice size, but we actually crammed 200 people into that launch party. And then we only used about half the studio, so it was really tight. It was a lot of fun. And we announced that we'd have MechCon. And the very next year, we had the first MechCon at the Commodore Hall Ballroom. It was great. We had about 400 people there. Last year, we were at the Pinnacle Hotel, and we had about 600 people there. This year, I haven't got the final tally yet, but at this great facility, we have, I think, close to 900 people at MechCon. So it's 50% growth every year, and I think we just have a great time, right? It's a lot of fun. So this is starting to look really impressive. I don't know, we might have to take it down a notch next year just to, keep it real. Because we're a small community, a strong community though. But maybe it's growing again. Is the BattleTech, MechWarrior universe, you guys are doing your part to spread the word? You're having children? Well, I'd like to take a minute to thank all of our sponsors. You guys see all this great equipment up here, and this show wouldn't be possible if we didn't have people like Razer and NVIDIA, and this year Asus and others that are supporting the show. So big round of applause for all of them, please. I'd like to thank Catalyst Game Labs and Hairbrain Schemes and everyone else who participates. They fill out the show and they just make it so worthwhile coming, because a lot of these guys have been at this and this brand and this for so long. Like I was still, playing it at home with my big brother when they were making these games. So thank you guys for coming and supporting the show every year. Well, the main reason we're here, of course, is because of MechWarrior Online. I mean, what was it, about 7 years ago, we started developing MechWarrior Online. And, before that, the industry and the people around the gaming industry, they told us we couldn't have any more MechWarrior games. They said, Russ, forget about it, give it up. It's been 10 years since one was made. It's for a reason. People have moved on. No more MechWarrior games for you. So we didn't believe them. We thought we could make it work, and we started making a game called MechWarrior Online that now, today, is 6 years since open beta. And there's not that many free-to-play games out there that have been around that long and lasted that long, and that's because of all you who keep supporting the game and keep playing it and really make it possible. So thank you so much. Round of applause for everybody here. With that in mind, I think now the game is getting to such a mature state, we've been having a different sort of conversation internally at the office. It really is becoming more and more like we'd like to give the ownership of the product and a lot of the decision making and a lot of the design of what we do and what we do next to you, the community and the fans, those that are active. And to talk a bit more about that, what we've been working on over the last few months, and how we've been approaching that. I'm also going to invite Paul Inouye, lead designer, and also Chris Spyro Face up here to the stage. Hey guys. So, a few months back, we started to talk about working on and putting a lot of effort into faction play in MechWarrior Online. How many of you guys enjoy faction play, or at least at one time in MechWarrior Online's history, really enjoyed, playing faction play? I think in many ways it's maybe the most important feature we've ever developed for the game, but it's also been one of the most challenging because it just takes such an active community to really make that feature move along and hum with all the, the buckets and the factions. And so we were working on how can we update that? How can we make it better? How can we revitalize it? What do you guys want to see? And we started a little process, which we'll just call a council. And I think we've decided we'd like to take that to the next level. We'd like to really push that envelope and start to work with you guys even more. So I'm going to ask you guys, how'd you guys find that process? I mean, I know it's some kind can be, interesting to hand over a lot more decision making and listening and just working through a process that can be difficult when you're communicating with so many people. But I don't know, from where I'm looking, it looks good. But why don't you guys talk about it for a minute?
Yeah, as Russ mentioned, is that we started a conversation with the community on the forums primarily. It is a kind of a preemptive strike that just called me Ash. I don't know where he's at. There he is. That guy there is the reason why I'm talking with you guys. He started a conversation that we actually made it very, very, I don't know, I guess, stick in the butt kind of mentality. Basically, it was a conversation that allowed us to be a lot more casual about it. People were expressing their opinions, people were expressing their thoughts, but not just that. It's like they were starting to work with us in a way that was saying, we want to work with you to get what we need, right? It's not what we want, but what we need. Something that's the core of the faction play experience. And that's what we're trying to target and work towards as we move into 2019. The overall process has been really, really, I guess positive is the best way to say it. Because it's, like I said, it's more of a casual conversation. It's like, what can we do to help you guys enjoy your faction play more? What can you guys do to be accepting of our limitations of what we can do for you? And it's that trade-off back and forth that's really been helping us. We've come up with a giant list of things that we can do, things we can't do, things we've already done. You're going to see some of this stuff trickling in the December patch. And as we move forward, I guess it's just what more can we do with the community, dealing with not just faction play, but even balance, right? So maybe Chris can talk about balance, or...
Before we get to balance, let's just finish that off a little bit. Even though this round of feedback and this type of work is not something that really lends itself to a flashy trailer like we've done in years past, I did want to announce that we're looking for an April patch to release, this update to faction play, and we're kind of avoiding naming this one. It's not like phase this, that, or the other. It's just a faction play update based on what you guys have discussed together. But maybe we should go over a couple of those key feature points that we've decided on to push through.
Well, one thing that the community has suggested, and something that I personally believe in as well, is making loyalty matter, right? Bringing lore, bringing story back into what faction play was supposed to be in terms of making people feel like they're part of a faction, part of a faction and a giant war that's taking place between, I don't know, differing houses, differing clans, interpersonal problems. You're talking negotiations. You're talking things like political intrigue, right? It's an underlying story that's supposed to be told during community warfare, and that's something that we really want to start bringing back up. Some of the other things are, there's some technical side stuff, but at the same time, as like I said, we're going to address what we can, right? But when it comes to things, I don't know. Like, I can't think of a list off the top of my head. I was supposed to download them and get them ready for this speech, but I didn't do that. I'm way too tired to do that right now. So, I don't know.
Paul's been awake till 7 a.m. working on the pods. But thank you for that. I think what we're saying, though, is as soon as we get back, especially on the other side of Christmas, we really want to start to formalize this process even more, make sure people understand how to get involved in this council, and that we'll start working under those premises. But I think that also goes to balance. Chris, we've talked at great length to him. We say, you know, how can we bring that same system to balance? So just a couple quick words on that.
Hey, everyone. Oh, is this? Do I have to talk pretty loud or something? Okay, can you hear me? Sorry, guys. Yeah, so similar to the faction play roundtables, we've conducted pretty much a more open process in the balance process as well. Oh, we really got to hold it right there. So we've opened up the balance process to kind of a much more open dialogue with the community this past few months. I know that some of you might know of the heat changes that have been pushed this previous months came on the back of pretty much player feedback that was provided through a series of PTSs. And we intend to continue something similar to that with future balance changes. So we really want you guys to have a say as far as how MechWarrior Online is going to be developing into 2019, as far as bringing in much more of things that can be interesting that we can implement in a regular process with everything else going on, similar to the heat changes, similar to the recent heat scale level stuff that we implemented with some of the mechs recently. So we're continuing to go down that path. We're going to be involving you guys in that process as we go down that path. And yep, Paul's reminding me that we're looking into trajectory of LRMs between direct fire and indirect fire right now. So look forward to some of those changes possibly in the future. We're still testing it out, of course. But yeah. Look forward to similar things coming in 2019 for MechWarrior Online. Thanks, guys.
Thank you, guys. Thanks for joining me up here. Bottom line, summary. You guys have a lot more input moving forward, so we want to hear from you, want to hear from all of you. Okay, so moving along, we would like to talk about, let me look at my notes. They didn't give me a teleprompter again. So we'd like to, you see this t-shirt. It's a bit of a tradition. I would like to invite the amazing Randall Bills and Alex Iglesias, Flying Debris, to the stage, please. Okay, Randall. You've done this a few times before. You've made a few mechs. It's become a bit of a tradition that at MechCon we create a new Piranha original mech. And I think they've been getting better every year, and this is by far the best one. We'd like to hear, Randall's going to tell us a bit about the lore for the mech, and then Alex, of course, on what it was like to create it.
Yeah, so it was, oh, right up, you got to get nice and close. That feels kind of weird, gets in the beard. So it was 11 days ago. I'm about 12 hours from getting on the road to drive 1,500 miles for Thanksgiving, and then like the email pops up of like, hey, it's lore mech time, and I'm like, are you crapping me? Like, how am I supposed to do this? And so I quickly, like, you know, they had some great ideas about how this was going to be like a Franken-mech, and it was going to be a pirate thing. And that really started the juices flowing. And so I kind of wrote the source book portion of the mech lore, which is at the very bottom of every one of these entries, and kind of fired that around to them, and they all kind of like signed off on it. And then I'm like, okay, when do I have to turn this thing over? And they're like, next Monday. And of course, that's when I was getting back. And I'm like, I I really kind of need till next Tuesday. And they're like, sure, let's do that. And as I was just sharing with Alex off the stage, it was like 4 a.m. on the day that I'm getting up to drive for 12 hours. And I woke up, and the story's just writing itself in my head. And so I had to get up, and I'm like, okay, I guess I'm going to write this right now. And it was, as usual, it's really fun because these guys, you know, Piranha comes, and they have the design built, and Alex has a brilliant illustration already together. And they have a very small framework, and then they just like go, hey, run. What are you going to do with that? And so I was quickly pulling out a pile of source books. And it's always great when you're able to dig in and, you know, suddenly I'm going out in the periphery and finding a connection that takes us all the way back to like Lori Calmer from the Grey Death Legion trilogy. And so the pirate's actually her cousin. And then there's some extra strange technology involved in it, and how did he get that? And so I don't want to completely ruin it all, but yeah, it was. It's always really amazing to take what these guys bring to me, and they give me so much latitude to then run with it. And I was just telling Alex, which he agreed, when you do art or you do writing, it's all really subjective. It's pretty hard to tell, but hopefully you guys will love it as much as I did, because I really love putting this one together.
Thank you, Randall. So, Alex, you might want to start out and tell everybody. Someone asked me earlier what the tonnage was, and I held on to that. I didn't tell them a thing. So you tell them everything, the tonnage, and about creating this amazing artwork.
All right. Hello. So this is. Oh, what?
Hey, Matt, hook us up with the great image. There we go.
Oh, yeah, there you go. So this is the Corsair. It is a 95-ton pirate Franken mech. A big shout out to the HBS Battletech modding scene. Shout out to Rogue Tech. They gave me a lot of love for pirates. And I was like, now I want to make something scrappy. When it came to deciding what the next mech was, I'm like, got to make it pirate. I love pirates now. Pirates are my jam. And so, yeah, tried to make it look improvised, like as if there's parts of like King Crab or Stalker in there, a little bit of Thunderbolt, a little bit of a bulldozer on the front, and lots of spikes. Spikes are good. I like spikes. Exposed cables, exposed pistons, and Mark Nicholson, who modeled it. We had a lot of fun, kind of working in all sorts of little gags in there. The little salvage arm. There should be like a few little clever things once you start messing around with different loadouts. It should be fun. But yeah, I hope you people like it. I had a lot of fun working on it.
All right, thanks, Alex. I guess the one thing I want to add to this is I think both Alex and Rand had a little extra, I don't know, motivation on this one because it's kind of exactly what it looks like. And what you guys don't know that I'm going to tell you now is that this mech actually has, and this pilot actually has a place in MechWarrior 5. So this is someone that you're going to bump into. This is someone that you're going to have to take care of. And it might be something you can salvage. I don't know yet. I don't even know yet. They don't even tell me. But this is going to have a place in MechWarrior 5. So I guess if it has a little extra meaning that way, and you know, if you'd like to, I don't know, just check it out, MechWarrior 9. It's going to be a big part of MechWarrior 9, but it also has its story to play in MechWarrior 5. All right. So one more thing on MechWarrior Online. We have a little tradition that we started last year of something that we'd like to do for appreciation for the customers around Christmas time. So last year we started the great extravaganza Christmas giveaway. We would like to continue that tradition. So, of course, every year we send out an email. You guys get it. You get 7 days free premium time. But just for logging in on December 28th, midday through the something, I forget, or like, is it 26th through the 28th? You get all these free things. There we go. Thanks, Matt. It's mostly the same as last year, except we pumped up the volume on the C-bills and the premium time. So that's another 7 days. And look at these heroes. Look at that mech. So this year, so if you get the email plus this, that's 14 days of premium time, the 7 million C-bills, the MC, and the 2 great heroes. Maybe we just run that one more time, Matt. Everyone was reading and looking and couldn't catch all of it. Let's take a look at it again. Oh, it's full screen this time. Awesome. One match. Just log in, guys. That's all you have to do, 26th to 28th. We'll post all the fine details on the exact login hours. Try to make it easy during the Boxing Day, Christmas holiday season. But look at those mechs. Those are free. All right. Just in closing, MechWarrior 9 is still extremely important to us. I want you to know we didn't have a flashy trailer this year for some MechWarrior 9 feature, but very committed to the monthly patches and continue to work through this council with you guys. So log in, get your free stuff. Thanks for all the support. And I would definitely, at this time, I just want to switch things over. I want to change gears a little bit. Going to move over to MechWarrior 5. Yeah. I can't tell you how much fun it's been to make this game, and I can't tell you just how hard it is to make this game. I mean, making games in general is so hard, but even after 19 years of making games, it's always an eye-opening experience to just realize just how hard it is. And I can tell you we've been putting our blood, sweat, and tears into this. And to kick this off, though, I'd like this to be the world premiere of the MechCon 2018 MechWarrior 5 trailer. Check this out.
Amongst the stars, rebuild and avenge us.
All right, hey guys, what'd you think of that? Yeah, sorry I didn't queue up there right at the beginning. It was without audio. So maybe when we're done here, when I'm done on the stage, we're gonna have the guys play it through again so you guys can check out the whole thing. Apologies there. Okay, how many of you got a chance to play MechWarrior 5 Mercenaries so far? Yeah? How many have played it on the mouse keyboard setup over there? How many in the pod? So how many of you guys who played it this year played it last year too? Yeah. Was it a little bit better? Was it a lot better? Okay. I think it's significantly better. I think it's real shows what we've been doing the last year. So the only thing is everyone on the stream hasn't been able to play it yet. They haven't been able to see the game yet. So I was thinking I'd play it right now on the stream for everybody. And I was thinking I'd play it in the pod. And I think I will invite 3 friends to play co-op with me in the pods. Alex, Paul, and Carrie, you know, mostly. Introducing Carrie, new member of the team. We're going to play over here in the Super Pods. Sorry, I went the wrong way.
Just so you know, you have to pull these fairly. I'm not sure they can hear me yet. Hey, big guy, can you hear me up there? Can you see me up there? All right, so it's all working. That's great. Let's get this fired up. Let's show everybody on the stream what this is about. I think when we get out of the hangar, maybe we'll close the door then. I'm not going to do a lot of talking through this. We'll do a bit, but mostly we're just going to enjoy the demo, make sure everyone on the stream gets a chance to see the state of MechWarrior 5 Mercenaries here in December of 2018. Here we go. Looks like we got 3 friends here with us. I don't know, I assume, Alex, you want to take the Griffin. I'm thinking I'm going to go with Thunderbolt.
Our intel puts one of the Black Inferno captains in a minor district on Smolnik 3. Cirrus Howell.
Just kind of push through that, I guess, get into the action.
Maintenance personnel, please be advised to clear the deck. All personnel, report to your stations.
Okay, grab the door.
Attention, prepare for battle mech departure. Warning, hangar doors opening. Stand clear.
Okay, Commander. We don't have Howell's exact location, but I bet you can draw him out if you make enough noise. We've acquired satellite data from a local broker, showing what looks to be a concentration of Inferno forces in a commercial district near the coast. Head in there and raise some hell.
All right, you guys all with me?
We're here.
All right. I want this done smooth and by the numbers.
Kind of reminds me of home. Oh, it's easy to see why they want to clear out the locals. It's not a bad world for setting up shop.
There are thousands of places just like this. Commander, we're receiving a distress call from a civilian on the ground. There's some interference, but I'm patching it through. Unidentified forces. Under attack. Repeat. We resistance. We have children. Commander, they've got a fire starter on the field. They're going to destroy that farm if you don't do something.
Target acquired.
Time to make some scrap metal.
New target acquired. Target destroyed. Target acquired. New target
You got that LRM
acquired.
carrier.
Alright.
New target acquired. Target destroyed. Target acquired. New target.
Yeah, I want all
acquired.
you guys to focus on the fire starter.
New target acquired.
Started it.
Target destroyed.
I'm on the locust.
Target acquired. Target acquired.
He's limping.
Target destroyed.
Nicely done.
Target acquired. Target destroyed.
Great work, Commander. I think you just saved some lives. Thank you! Our people! I still can't resolve that interference, Commander. I think the locals are being jammed. Proceed with caution. If our intel is still accurate, you can expect significant enemy resistance in the commercial district. I'll admit, this is a beautiful place.
We clear the inferno out of here and maybe the locals will part with some of this land.
Stay sharp.
Careful. They have control of the city. Our people have already evacuated. Jamming station. To destroy it.
Sounds like you've got a playground ahead of you, Commander. No civilians in play and a city full of Inferno assets. Locate their jamming array and take it out.
Target destroyed. Target acquired. Acquired. Target destroyed. Target acquired.
I see a lot of tank and ground vehicles. What's up, dog? Take out that beat call.
Target acquired. Acquired. Target destroyed. Target acquired. Target acquired.
Another Scorpion light tank.
Target destroyed.
Okay, guys, I'm taking a beating. I'm gonna need you to get in there and actually do some fighting. All right, let's get the stalker up front, shall we?
Commander, there's an enemy dropship on approach. Expect company.
Looks like the locals finally grew a backbone and bought some help.
You picked the wrong contract. Nice of you to bring us those mechs, though.
Focus the Banshee.
For once, we ain't only here for the money.
On Banshee. Assault mech.
Alright.
Yeah. Right arm's almost done. Oh, shame on me. Yeah, Griffin's backing up.
destroyed. Heat critical. Target acquired. Ammo low. Target destroyed. Target acquired.
Shut down.
Critical. Heat critical.
Little bugger.
Target destroyed.
All right, take out those radar dishes.
Target acquired. Target acquired. Target acquired.
Comms are open and clear. We can't thank you enough. And not to sound ungrateful, but what are you doing here? You're not with the Dynamics Company.
We have personal business with the unit hired to clear you out of here. Figured you could use a hand.
Well, if we make it out of this, I'll see what we can do about some kind of payment. We're holed up at the port facility. Head on over.
Okay, Commander, head to the checkpoint. Commander, I'm reading a lot of new signal activity. I think you've got some trouble headed your way.
Some of my people want to help. We can get you repaired and rearmed and deploy some ground support. It's not much, but it's all we got.
Looks like we've got some support here. You should be able to perform a field repair and rearm at the garage they've deployed.
Since I did all the damage, I'm going to get the repair here.
System offline.
You have incoming, Commander. ETA 30 seconds.
See it for myself. Chloe and Zakari's brood. You made a mistake coming here, kid. You were lucky to make it off that shithole alive. That ain't gonna happen twice.
All right, anyone take the hunch out of that hunchback. Back primary. Watch the crossfire. I'm out of Belarus.
What we started!
Great work, Commander. That bastard's raiding days are over. Your parents would be proud of you. I'm proud of you. The folks here wouldn't have lasted much longer if it weren't for you. The rest of the Inferno forces are scattering off-planet. Let me know when you're ready for pickup. I imagine the people down there will want to thank you.
Good job.
You're damn right we will.
All right.
Harry.
All right. Whew. That was intense.
Paul, did you hit anything?
I think I hit you.
There we go, total victory.
Looks like I was doing yeoman's work out there. Didn't even lose an arm, Alex.
Well, that's... Do you guys like that? I can tell you I'm a much better shot with mouse and keyboard for sure. It's tough in there in the pod. Some of you guys have played it, but it's really a totally different experience. It makes a demo that's really easy for me on mouse keyboard. It's very, very challenging, but it's a lot of fun. It's very intense. I had to remind myself the camera was on me. So I hope everyone enjoyed that. But this is, really want to demonstrate how far the game has come and how much closer it is to release, how much closer it is for you to play. And I wanted to show you co-op. So you guys get the world premiere of co-op play. Who's going to play it in co-op? I'm sure you have a few more questions about how that'll work. For now, I'll just put it simply that, as we've said before, it's 4-player co-op. You can invite your friends in to play in your campaign with you. And it's really going to be a very simple, fun, easy-to-use feature. Just invite your friends to play with you. Okay. We're nearing the completion of my time here. Sorry, let me check my notes real quick. So, I did want to show you one more thing that's in a bit of a great tradition in games and in PC games, and also in, say, MechWarrior titles. Like, how many of you guys remember playing MechWarrior 1, 2, 3, 4? How many of you guys collected your, big PC big boxes and had all this, did they sit on the shelf right here, like all the MechWarrior games? They had such great cover art. They were so beautiful. I wanted to show you guys tonight, for the first time ever, the cover art for our game, for MechWarrior 5 Mercenaries, of course, drawn by Alex Iglesias. Of course, you're starting to maybe, between the trailer and the cover art, you're starting to uncover some of the elements of our storyline in our game. Who is this guy with the king crab? Who is that Victor that was just destroyed? What do they mean to you, and how are you going to find that out while playing the game? Today we played an example of a story mission in MechWarrior 5. Someone that was related to that attack with that king crab, as you saw in that trailer. So, when will you play MechWarrior 5 Mercenaries? We definitely appreciate your patience, and I hope that what you've seen today shows you that we're using all the time to make the best game we possibly can. We take it very seriously that this will be, you know, a legit sequel. MechWarrior 5 Mercenaries will live in the annals with the rest of them. That's our goal. So, we've identified September 10th, 2019 as a release date. So, yeah. Some of you were hoping it was January. Others thought, well, it's probably like April. But this is September, and we're going to, unless, you know, Red Dead Redemption says they're shipping on PC that day, then maybe we need a few days leeway there, but that's the date. We feel extremely confident in it. We're going there. You guys are going to play the game on that day. All right? Matt, are you there? Are we able to play that trailer one more time to send me off the stage? The whole thing, all of it. And then we'll move along with the tournament and whatever else we have planned tonight. I want to thank everyone for giving me your time. Hope you enjoyed this. Hope you're excited. Please play MechWarrior 5. They're already lining up at the pods again. Thank you to the entire team, everyone here to put this show on, but we'll talk about that more tomorrow. 2 whole days of MechCon this year. Enjoy yourself.
We've taken you as far as we can. Death comes for us all. But for you, not today. Hide amongst the stars. Rebuild and avenge us.